So today discussion is about arrays concept. So first thing is, so what is an array and why we can go with the arrays? Okay. So using the primitive type variables. So as of now, what we have seen all are called primitive type. Primitive variables can store only one value at a time. Only one value at a time. So let us take, I want to store a person age. Int age is equals to 23. Suppose like this. But sir, there are 100 people. All the 100 people ages I just want to store. So will you declare, right, a variables like age 1, age 2, age 3, age 4 like this? No. Because creating these many variables is hard and working with these many variables also hard. Using arrays, array variable can store multiple values, nothing but more than one value, but of same data type. Nothing but either all are integers, either all are float, all are double like this. Let us take, I'm creating that variable like this. Integer ages. Suppose here it is a 6 persons are there. You need to specify the size here is a syntax. Okay. Here all the values we are specifying. It's like a 23, it's 22, it's 21, again 23, it's 22, is it 23 like this. Duplicates also allowed. And how can we access the elements of this array? With the help of their index. See here how memory will be allocated for all these things. See here, using that side by side memory locations, the memory will be allocated like this. Memory. And how can we access the elements? Using their index. Index starting with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up to length -1. And it is array variable pointing to this block. Sir, how it is pointing means what? Every memory block has an address. Just generally, I'm writing this address. Generally. Okay. Random memory allocation. So that is collected by ages. Here it is. Array variable pointing to memory block by holding address, base address, simply to say base address of that block. Okay. Second one is we access the elements of array using their index. Starts with 0 to length -1. Total length, suppose 6 elements are there. 6 minus 1 is a 5. It's a last one. Okay. This is called index. And this is called base address. Is a base address. How to access elements one by one, I'll explain. Okay. Please do this. Write down everyone. Okay, now here it is. How can we create array and how can we access the elements? So first one, I'm creating the array. Yes. I'm creating the array integer. So array name I'm taking ARR only, size. So any size. Let us take a 6 is the size. 6. So 6 elements I am storing. For example, 3, 7, 8, suppose 5, 2, and 4. Total 6 elements I am storing. And here it is here I'm just writing in comments. In comments I am writing index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First one, say directly a little complex thing I am writing. First of all, observe this. I just want to print size. Total size I want to print. This is a very, very important task. Total size. Here, size of, there is a predefined function called size of. If you pass ARR, array if you pass as an input, this size of function will return how much memory is allocated to this total array. So that I am printing %d. So what is the meaning? What is the total size, sir? Here, each integer occupies total 4 bytes memory. Integer size is a 4 bytes. Total how many are there? 6. 6 into 4, 24 will give. 24. Got it? Clearly to say 24 bytes. 24 bytes. The next one is integer size I want to print. Integer size. Okay, because elements are integers, na? %d bytes. Here, size of int I am writing. Int. To show how much size of integer. Look at this. Integer size is a 4 bytes. Total size is a 24 bytes. Based on these two, now I am calculating that length. Length of array. Length of array. So what is that length of array? Observe this. Total size is divided by size of an element. Integer na? Size of an element. See here if you observe 6. Sir, already is there na? Of course it is there. But in case if they ask how to find the size of the array, nothing but how many elements are present in the array. If you want to find out, this is the way. Using the size of function. Okay. Note this. Okay. Now, here it is. It's the same one. I just want to print first and last elements of array. Print first and last elements of array. So first element is already in 0th location. Directly print first element because position will not change, as always in 0th location only. 0. ARR of 0. Okay. So when you run, see first location element is 3. First location element is 3. Next, so what is that last location? How can you find out? So depends on size of the array. So that's why better we need to find the size. First we collect that array length into one variable. This is a fixed one. In every program we are using this one. So what is that? Total size of array by size of array by size of integer. Size of array by size of integer. Just wait. Hmm. Size of an array by size of an integer. So based on this one, so now we are finding that is the last element of array. The last element. See here, last element means what? Array of n minus 1. Why? I mean, sorry, length minus 1. So why it is that length minus 1? Because see when 6 elements are there, length is a 6, but last element is in which location? Last element is in 5th location only. So nothing but length minus 1 location only. So that's why length minus 1 we need to specify. So last element is in a length minus 1 location. Okay, do this. Okay, now see, I just want to display all elements of array. Print all elements of array. So length one is always fixed. Okay, remember that. Now, whenever you want to display all elements of array, instead of displaying one by one, we use a loop. For loop, I am using that variable I. For loop, just for index starts with 0. See, I value starts with 0. I less than or equals to total length minus 1. Or you can write less than length also, but you will confuse anyway. Length less than or equal to length means what? Length is a 6, but you need to repeat up to 5. So minus 1 I plus plus. Inside, how can we print means what? Percentage D ARR of I. ARR of I. So what is that ARR of I? Here it is. I means what? Index. Look at this. I value 0. But ARR of I means what? That element which is in 0th location, that is 3. The element which is in first location, that is a 7. Like this. 3, 7, 8, 5, 2, 4 is a 1. Okay. Please do. Okay, now I just want to print all the elements in reverse order. Print array in reverse order. It's a very simple. Either you are repeating 0 to 5 is a forward direction, or you are repeating 5 to 0 is a backward direction. So starting from length minus 1, length is a 6, 6 minus 1 is a 5, ending with 0, decreasing, right? So greater than or equals to 0, I minus minus, that's all. So 425873 will come. 425873 will come. Okay, do this.
బ్లడ్ టెస్ట్ థైరాయిడ్ టెస్ట్ అవన్నీ చేస్తున్నా చేశారు చూపిస్తాను
రిపోర్ట్
3 months బ్యాకే చేయించుకున్నాను అంటే థైరాయిడ్ 1 month బ్యాక్ అయినా చేయించుకోవాలి.
Right. I just want to print sum of all elements in array. Sum of all elements in array. Sum. See here, every element we are printing here. Instead of printing, we need to add to the sum. You know that sum of first n numbers. We just take one sum variable with value 0. Sum equals to 0. And each element you are adding to that sum. To the sum, we are adding each element to this sum. To this sum. And we are printing. It's printf sum of array elements %d and sum we are printing because here it is whenever you are finding the sum or any count, you should not display inside the for loop. We always display outside of the loop. We should display outside of the loop. Okay, please do this.
అది కూడా చెప్పాను ఆ విషయం చదివించింది అత్తయ్య అడిగాను ఫస్ట్ ఈ గుండెగాడు
Okay, now I just want to print only even elements in the array. Print even elements in the array. See, only necessary logic you need to write. Please don't write the complete program every time. Okay, here we are not finding the sum. Printing only even elements. Sum you can find out anyway. Either you can repeat the loop in a forward direction or backward direction. Now here it is 0 to length -1 and I plus plus. I plus plus. Here, whenever you are finding, see this is a printing element. So directly if you print %d error of I. So all elements will print now. It will print all elements of array. But what is the program? We need to print element only if it is even. So this element you need to print only if it is even. If that element, not I, error of I means index. Error of I means what is element. If that element is an even means what? If it is divisible by 2. If the element is divisible by 2, then print. Look at this first I value 0. What is the 0th location element? 3. Is it 3 divisible by 2? No. Next is 7. Is it 7 divisible? No. Next 8. Yes, 8 is divisible. So only the elements which are divisible by 2 only will print. 8, 2, 4. Do this. Okay, now just at a time we are finding that find or just count even elements and sum of even elements. Same two programs in a single program. So you need to take two variables, finding that sum as well as a count. Same here only, no? But don't print. You need to sum the element, and at a time you need to count anyway. If you want to write in two different programs, you can write, but I have written in a single program. Okay, and that count and sum don't print inside the for loop. Sum of even elements is a sum, and even elements count. That is just count printing. Sum of even elements and count of even elements. In that single example, we are just writing. Please do. Okay. I just want to find the largest element in the array. Just find largest element in the array. So what is that? how to find that largest element? First, let me explain theoretically. Okay, so then I will write the code. First one, see here, we just consider 0th location element is the largest element. Take one variable large, into that storing that first location element. First location element is always in which location? 0th location. 0. It's nothing but 3. So 3 will go and store. Now large is a 3. We just consider 3 is the largest element. Now you need to compare with the remaining elements. You need to compare with the remaining elements. Is a 7 is the largest or not? Index element comparing with the element that you already considered as the largest element. 7. Yes, if it is greater, 7 is the largest. Now large is a 7, not 3. Now 8 you are comparing with this large. So always you are comparing with the large. Yes, 8 is greater than 7. Then store that 8 into large. Next, compare 5. No. Compare 2. No, not greater. 8. No, not greater. So every time, simple logic. If index element is greater than the large element, store that index element into large. Simple. This is only the logic we are writing. Okay. See here. So first one, I'm taking integer large is equal to error of 0. 0th location element is considered as the largest element. Is a length anyway. You just keep first. No problem. Now repeat the loop for I starting from 1. No need to compare with 0 again. If you compare with 0 also, no problem. But 3 compare with the 3 again. Why one extra iteration waste? Starting from 1 less than or equal to length minus 1 I plus plus. When this I is comparing with the length minus 1. Nothing but I means what? Index element 7. How? If not I, ARR of I, index element is greater than large, store that index element into large. If that index element is greater than large, store that index element into large. Outside we are just printing that largest element printing that large. See, so output is largest element is a 8. Please do. Good. At a time, if you want to find out the largest and smallest elements in the array, smallest elements in the array, it's the same story because the same for loop you can use. Only thing is what? How you have taken that large error of 0. It's the same small also, you just take error of 0. Okay. And here it is, whenever you are checking that index element is greater than large, how you keep, take one more if block. If that index element is less than small, just opposite code I'm writing is a small, then keep that index element into small, into small. That's all. And how you are printing that largest, we are printing that smallest element, printing that smallest element, printing that small. Observe this. First consider 3 only the smallest element. Now again keep on checking. Is it smaller than 3? No. Is it smaller than 3? No. See, 2 is smaller than 3. If 2 index element is lesser than 3, keep that 2 in place of that small. That's all. Output is largest is 8, smallest is 2 in the given array. Okay. Now, I just want to display only the first even element in the array. Only one element. Display first even element along with its index. Along with index. So nothing but, see, look at this. Look at this. Every time we need to check is it even or not, we already know that. When you find out that even, print that even along with its index, then no need to continue, just break it. Just break it. So for loop, I equals to 0, I less than or equals to length minus 1, I plus plus. If you find out is divisible by 2, then print first even is percentage d at index value percentage d. First element means what? ARR of I. Index means just I. Then no need to continue. If you don't write a break statement, each element will print. I want only first even element. Then just break the loop. Break it. 8. Here it is. First even number is 8. At index is a 2. At index is a 2. First even is a 8. If you want to put it in single quotes, you just put it in single quotes also. Then a little more clear. First even is 8. At index is a 2. Please do this. Right. The same one, just write that last code as of today. Last odd number. Last odd element along with index. Last odd element means what? Please don't repeat the loop from the beginning. Check from the end. First check this 4. No. Check this 2. No. Yes, 5. Yes, 5. Okay. See here, you need to start from length minus 1 and is greater than or equals to 0 and I minus minus. And if it is not equals to 0, not equals to 0, last odd element is at index. The remaining everything is the same. Last odd element is a 5. At index is a 3. That's all. Okay.